This, I don't want to wash it. Don't worry about my butt. You worry about your own rumpus. Okay? You worry about your own rumpus. Okay? Start with the squats. Start with the squats, you crazy. My rumpus and my plumpus are in good health. That's crazy. Your rumpus and your plumpus, dude. That's legitimately crazy. That's legitimately crazy that you just said that to me. Atlantis, the Last Empire, and Treasure Planet. Oh no, I haven't seen those yet. I haven't seen those yet. I haven't seen those films yet. I'm still very interested in them, though. Which one should I start with, Mikey? Mikey, by the way, did I tell you that I got a key for that game, The Mound Omen of Cthulhu? I also got a key for Better Than Dead, Pal World, and Taylor Simulator. Captain Crunch, 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 Crunch. Are you out there? There. Yeah. They gave me a review key, so now I'm gonna play that and fit that into my schedule somehow. It's much easier to fit new games into the schedule though, since I'm doing the 7 to 8 hours shows. Here we go. You hear an echo, Bruce? Do you have me open twice, buddy? Is anybody else hearing an echo in the chat? Click to start. She's ready for us. Good old John Zomboid here is ready for us. Hello, 610 Hobbies. Good to see you. We're back. 7:30 p.m. Just in time to rest. We are gaining weight. We're 5 days in. The story of Alyssa Roundtree, the welder. I think he's brought me some food. Thank you, Pinks. Echo the Dolphin. What a great game. I think it was impossible to beat without, like, cheating or something. How do you actually beat that game? As a kid, I think impossible. Are you excited? B42 is about to go stable this month. Yeah, we don't know exactly when. It could be within the next 30 days or the next 90 days, you know? And to answer you directly, yeah, I'm super stoked. I think it's going to be great. I mean, I play B42 pretty much every day, so I really love it, you know? Both films are from the Disney era where death was still part of the film. Yeah. Probably a good thing. Death is a part of life. It's good for death to be in our stories. Of course, entertainment does serve the goal of, you know, keeping us away from thoughts of death. We're starting it, guys. It's beginning. Wait, what just happened? Don't put in container. There we go. We have an official summoning circle of knowledge, as we're always supposed to have. Do I have... I'm supposed to have reading glasses on me. I thought we already had collected some. Did we not? We must not have. All right, give us one of these. We're going to start with mechanics. And we're going to read this. Deadman just finished Echo the Dolphin. Dude, what a great game. How come there's never been a reboot of that property? I feel like that was a very popular one. I'm just eating my lunch, guys, while we read. Welcome back to Gamers. We're playing Project Zomboid. It's the story of Alyssa Roundtree. There was a reboot for the Dreamcast. Hey, I had a Dreamcast. I don't remember Echo on the Dreamcast. I wish this game was on Xbox. You can kind of play it with a controller on Steam Link, which is basically Xbox. Like your computer hosts the game, but then you play with a controller on your TV. That's basically Xbox, right? I think they want the game to be on Xbox because they're working really hard on making the controller interface better. Oh my god, my phone. I get a message and I open my phone to check it for 5 seconds and there's a loud thing. People still play Xbox consoles? Hell yeah, dude. The console thing is bigger than ever. People love those things, man, because it's an ecosystem, you know. Me personally, I prefer PC. I've owned so many PCs. I have owned consoles though. Most recently, I bought a PlayStation when Red Dead came out because it was only available on PlayStation, and I had to play it. I bought a PlayStation just to play that game. And I sold it once the game came out on PC. Still eating, guys. All right, Squiddy, have a good rest. Good night. We will see you again soon. Au revoir, Squiddy. Ecosystems. Kind of reminds me of that Slavoj Zizek movie, The Pervert's Guide to Ideology. Ecosystems seems like a word that would come out of there. Yeah, I think you're right, Brick. I'm fine with them stopping physical discs as long as they're not guaranteeing, DRM, Like if you want to like for instance, I could install my Steam games onto a external and then just plug it into another rig, I'm pretty sure. And the external would basically be the disc for my Steam. I haven't tried that, but I'm pretty sure that would work. Even if I was offline. Yeah, I mean, I don't think an online connection should be required unless the player is opting into that at that moment. If I open up a multiplayer game and I'm messing with my settings and stuff, I don't even think that should be connected yet. But some of these games, they save your settings for you, so there's an argument for it to be connected there. Some of these games, just opening the app is interacting with their digital store ecosystem, kind of like Dead by Daylight. I can't remember the last movie I watched. I've mostly played games this year. I can't remember. Oh, yeah. The last theater movie that I saw was SpongeBob. I brought my boy to see SpongeBob. It was his first movie in theater. And he liked it, but he went in there hyped for SpongeBob. And before the SpongeBob movie started, there was this whole, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pre-movie that only lasts 15, 20 minutes. But it totally confused him. He was like, what is this? Isn't SpongeBob? He was so confused that by the time SpongeBob started, he was out of it. He wasn't really interested. So we only stayed for 20 minutes of SpongeBob. Learning some cooking while reading about cars. Our cooking is leveled. Very nice. I'm almost done eating, guys. So as a welder, I get +4 to welding, which is nice. But do I gain anything else? Do I gain maybe short blunt maintenance? You may be able to weld up some decent makeshift weapons, so that's true. I can make a scrap metal cleaver. That's pretty cool. What's up, Dark Endymion? Good to see you, buddy. Saw blade hatchet. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else here with welding. There's a bunch that are... Oh, yeah, wow. Scrap metal Morning Star. I was learning how crafting and construction works in Vane. And it's interesting stuff. Yeah, I find the menu a little bit confusing. I tried it earlier with cooking. Cooking was throwing me for a loop, bro. Welding is the poor man's blacksmithing. Okay, well, thank you for saying that, Artie, for making me feel poor and broke again. Thanks, Artie. All right, food done. All right, where did we leave off? I think we had just looted part of this building. There's even more here at this one. But this is the next one that I'd like to get to. It's a bad day for it. I'm gonna read and hit the head. I'll be right back. Alright, it's actually so... What's up, Demure? Hey, I just went AFK for a second to hit the head, but I'm done now. This room is actually so cold that I needed to turn off the aircon. Good to see you, Demure. We're just doing some B42 single player. It's still very foggy outside, so we don't rightly have it in us to go explore and do our next mission. All right, Kenton Abraham, you got close, buddy. You came close. That means don't rest on your laurels here, guys. Take the black pen. What you been up to, Demure? What have you been gaming, buddy? That dude came after me right away, man. He charged into me. We don't want the dead mouse. We will, however, take the food. Take any and all food. And we'll take the clothes, too. Might as well. Yeah, that dude charged at me, man. Oh. What's crazy about that is I didn't hear that guy at all. I only saw him out the window. When you have this much deafness, you really got to be careful. Getting back into crossout after a few years. Crossout. Crossout. What is crossout? Crossout. It's a video game. Oh, where you like free-to-play vehicular combat video game. You build and drive custom vehicles in PvP and PvE scenarios. Oh, that's friggin' cool. So you build like a car and then you fight other people with it? That's kind of cool, dude. That's kind of cool. For me, I'm still bitten by the Zomboid bug, man. No matter how much I try. No matter how much I try, it always gets me. Zomboid always gets me, man. I might play, like I played Dead by Daylight for a while, and I love Dead by Daylight again. But PZ just pulls me right back in, you know. I play PZ once, and it pulls me right back in. That's how much I love this game. I'm actually kind of sad that we don't have a Dead Die Here ongoing right now. It would be very good to play with everybody, you know? You should try Crossout. Should I? Let's see. In terms of racing games I've enjoyed, I really like Mario Kart. And, of course, GTA. Yo, what's up, Big Papa John? John says, just getting back from a food service, did pretty well tonight at a new spot nonetheless, so a whole new crowd who isn't on the if you know side of my customer base. Back on tomorrow at a different spot. Owning a business, the sleep-eating schedule is going downhill fast. Yo, Big Papa, you got to take care of you. You got to take care of you, buddy. You know that. You don't need me to tell you that. It's not racing. Yeah, sorry, I should have said driving. Marvel Heroes. That's the mobile one, right? We played that together. We played that on the live. Yeah. Well, if it will work with my schedule, I would love to do that, Demure. I'm back to my 8-hour shows instead of doing 4-hour shows. I'm doing 7 to 8-hour shows. All right, that's all the windows downstairs. Marvel Heroes was another. It was an online free-to-play Marvel Diablo. Oh, I see. Don't forget to work out, too. What's up, Max? Good to see you. Yeah, it's always good to keep your fitness on. It's easy to let it go by the wayside. Even just like if you can go for a long walk in the morning, it's better than nothing. Look, I can't believe that I actually did grab enough sheets for all of these. In my opinion, working out in PZ is overrated in early game unless you're doing a 0 to hero. If you're doing, yeah, I mean, it just depends. If you started with high fitness, that's not something you really need to worry about, frankly. But if you didn't start with high fitness, yeah, the sooner the better. But yeah, working out isn't your goal in the first couple days anyway. This is why I use my tier system to keep myself and to help you guys when you play stay on track with what you should be doing at any given point. Let's see, we did finally, and we have an eraser too, right? So, okay, let's open up the Discord. Let's see here. I think it's under my pinned messages. Jump. Yeah, let's see here. All right, so we're going to put the tier system up here so that it's easy for everybody to follow along. All right, let's see here. Let's just get all of this in its proper place. Tier 1. Tier 2. Tier 3. Tier 4. Tier 5. So these are the tiers of survival. Oh, sorry. We've made a mistake. And it works in a reverse order. So it should be, this is your tier 1, I believe. Tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. Okay, another way that I like to visualize these is by in like a level up kind of motion. So I like to go so we're starting at tier 5 and we're trying to progress to the top tier. But until we have shelter, edible food, and safe to drink water, we can't consider ourselves inside of tier 5. Now, in this instance, I think we are tier 5 because we have those things. So tier 5 is currently accomplished. Next, our health, our weapons, our hygiene, and our storage. We have some weapons. We are healthy. We're not over or underweight. And we're not nursing any injuries. Our hygiene is good. And our storage is lacking. So I don't think we've yet made it to tier 4 of my survival strategy. But so we're not going to focus on anything above this until we fix the weapons and storage situation. So we need some boxes, maybe. Line this wall with boxes to start storing stuff. That's where we are right now. And we have some spare weapons here, but as you can see, not too many. Not enough. Certainly not enough. Can I add a tier? Can I add a tier special goal? Someone needs to get on and make a share all map markers mod ASAP. Right? Right? I want to be able to say, like, if I make a map marker, share it with this guy, any map marking I make. You know, add him to the default list. Special goal being you have to steal the Starry Night painting by Vincent van Gogh from the Louisville Art Museum. It's a 1 out of 1 spawn in the game. I haven't stolen Starry Night, but I've done that same one, that same challenge in a 0 to Hero with Frosty, and we stole what's his face eating his son. One of the other big paintings in there. It was a different one. What's up, Dimitar? Good to see you. You're like a minotaur, but Dima. So the tier list is not a challenge list. It's that tier list that I showed you is a way to keep you on track. Because a lot of times players in Zomboid, especially new players, say like, I don't know what to do next. This keeps you focused on your goals. You have to accomplish everything in the lower tier before you start focusing your goals on the tier above it. Okay? I would say Starry Night would be a tier 1. Like a mission to go get a favorite painting would be tier 1. Because I've already got everything I need. I've got my mobility, my transportation, my electricity, my base is fortified. Now I'm looking for like extra stuff to do. So that would be exploring new areas of the map, aesthetics for my base, a luxury item, you know, something that otherwise doesn't help me survive, but would make me feel good about my survival. And so that's what this little system that I'm sharing with you is all about. I go into detail on one of my YouTube videos about this system, by the way. All right, so the good news is it's no longer foggy, which means we can get out of the house. The antique oven. Now, we know where an antique oven is, so I will accept that challenge. Because we don't have one, and it is good to go get. Going from driving in vain to driving in this. Wild. Let's go get it, Demure. I hear him. All right. There is one in here. Now, where it is, I don't rightly remember. What did I just pick up? Nothing, thank God. But there is one in here. There's also boxes of nails, which we are going to need. I remember they never used to spawn in containers. There we go. Our old stove. It never used to spawn in containers. You had to find it in the world. It was a world spawn only. Okay. It was a world spawn only. Yeah, in 41 they definitely still spawned in the containers. I'm talking about old school, man. I'm talking about back when cars were brand new to the game, long before the combat and animations update. I've been playing Zomboid for entirely too long since it released. It was really nothing back then. It was so simple. It was a dream. You know, it was like, I believe that this game could be really good one day. But otherwise, just a dream. Tool needed, hammer. I'm gonna need a hammer in order to put this down. Okay, makes sense. There we go. It's down now. Close to the kitchen, as close as we can get it without encroaching on the kitchen. And we grabbed some boxes of nails while we were out, which I think this is a carton of nails, so we really didn't even need that. All right, that's accomplished. One of the smartest early game upgrades is, besides PvP, I've done a ton of CDDA. CDDA is very difficult. CDDA is very difficult. Holy cow. I've done a bunch. I've even done it co-op with a few people. Not easy, bro. Not by a long shot. What is my main weapon right now? It's the nightstick, and it's not even properly attached to my belt. It's already noon. I don't think we have an axe yet, so we can't reliably get wood. I mean, we can find tree fall. We can do tree fall. That's about it. We haven't explored this way on this run yet. I'm going so fast, I think we really need to have that setting on. Let's see. Accessibility. Maybe it's a display setting now, where it zooms out. Door shaking on hit. Tiered zombie updates. Improves performance by updating out-of-sight zombies less frequently. Okay. There's a setting. Where is it? User interface, maybe? Show welcome message. Pan camera while driving. There we go. Have you beaten CDDA? No, I haven't yet. I haven't beaten that challenge. I wish, dude. I would love to be able to claim that under my belt. Why am I so hurt? The oven is the key for it. Oh yeah, you gotta have that oven, huh? Yeah, because it's hard to get the actual, yeah, you gotta kick the cold out. You have to stay warm so you don't get sick, right? This is in town, and I'm sure in town still has plenty of resources. But we're not gonna go there. You start with it. Yeah, you do start with it. And the house on fire. Campfire works too to get rid of the cold, but it will come back if you're not dressed right. Yeah, I love CDDA. That's a hell of a challenge right there. Really, a lot of it depends on your RNG and what decisions you make in the first little while too. Thank you, Mr. Dead. We'll take your key. Thank you. If you ever want to run it co-op, let me know. Yeah, it's not something you can do in one session, though. We'd have to make a challenge out of it, a multi-thing. Like once a week, we would play it. Yeah, I would be interested. I do have some current... I have 3 collabs a week currently, so I can't fit it in just yet. But soon. Especially now that my schedule is expanding again. Yeah, I've been collabing with Poison Heart, Stay Frosty, and Gumby Chew once a week. Which only leaves 2 days, really, for single-player stuff with the audience, which is their preference anyway. The audience likes one of 2 things. I'm playing a game with everyone, or I'm playing a game by myself, and I can be very interactive with chat. What's up, Nerd Droid? What were you playing, man? What's up, Nerd Droid? Let me give you a shout out, buddy. Nerd. Oops. Shout out. Oop, will it work? Nerd Droid 1. You were not playing a game, Nerd Droid. What were you? Were you streaming? It says you weren't playing a game. Were you playing Zomboid, buddy? Good to have you here in amongst us. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Cult of the Dead. You were playing PZ. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Was it going well? Were you succeeding? Nightbot must be having a stroke. Yeah, he's having a stroke. He's a crazy guy, this Nightbot. Well, we're also playing PZ. This is Extinction mode, so if you know the different modes, that's the one we're in. We've made no changes to Extinction. This is maybe my 9th total character in Extinction. I've died a number of times. Let's see here. This isn't a bad little spot to hold up. I see quite a few of you. Do you have a favorite weapon in PZ? Mine is the crowbar. For my PZ runs, I do random runs, which means I literally just hit the random button on character generation. I don't make choices really related to it. So this character that we're playing today, as an example, she's a randomly generated character. She's a welder that's hard of hearing, slow healer, speed demon, and inventive. She had slow healer and hard of hearing and 2 points or 3 points left over. So I chose inventive and speed demon to flesh her out. But otherwise, she's been randomly generated. Yeah, I really enjoy random runs. They add a lot of challenge to the game. You know, it's easy to meta in games like this and to always take the most efficient route possible. But I find that doing the meta often is less fun. At least for me, you know? Maybe it's because I've played so much of the game that if I do the meta, there's very little challenge. Are you currently doing a challenge? I'm just trying to survive as long as I can in Extinction. This threshold is very dangerous. What were you all doing in this barn? Looks like they chased this survivor in here. Before... How did he die? Coral Sorrel. What a name. What a name. Coral Sorrel. My favorite. Well, Nerd Droid, I gave you a follow, so I'll be sure to come check out your stuff sometime, buddy. Zomboid is my main game on the lives. So typically, if I'm playing a game, I'm playing this, but not always. Earlier today, we played some Vane in a collab with another content creator, Gumby Chew. Ooh, being deaf is scary. Being deaf is very scary. But we did it. Somehow we did it. Successfully. Now you came from over here, lady. Humping the window is not fixing it. Crowbar with common sense mod, hand axe for PvP. Why is the hand axe your preferred for PvP? I'd love to know that. Your back leaves your back slot open. Ah, for a long rifle, huh? Okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, hard to beat a gun, right? So she had a gun and she was dead, but she came back to life. So she did kill herself, but ineffectively. So she's a zombie with a brain, exposed brain. Oh, we're watching Woodcraft. What do you think it is? We got a chopper here. What are they doing where they're not coming to me? I believe this chopper is right above me, right? And they're not coming? I'm confused. I'm still confused. There's zombies right over there, not coming towards us. I've never seen such a thing. And he's done. Our first chopper of the run, and he's done just like that. Well, we've already got a tired Moodle. At least we kept him away from the house, right? That's the saving grace of all this. What changes in 42 did you like the most? I think the addition of animals is an incredible thing that's going to change the game. Probably my favorite thing that the devs have done is make me feel like less of a superhero. They've regrounded the combat and the difficulty of the game in such a way that I no longer feel like there is a meta build. There's certain meta traits still, like Cat's Eyes, but I would say for the most part, I'm just pleased that they rebalanced the game, because 41 was an incredible update, but it came with this. It made the rebate minigame worse. The rebate minigame being where you play this little game of like, okay, this trait is free points, that trait is free points. So I'm glad that they got rid of that. I mean, some of like I said, some of the traits are still very meta, but not all. Yeah, High Thirst is I'm so glad it got nerfed because it was broken. On my YouTube channel, by the way, I mostly make Zomboid essay videos. On my YouTube channel, I have a few videos about this. This one here, Build 42 will change Zomboid forever, is an important one. And then my Project Zomboid Build 42 tier list was Prophecy, is a follow-up to this. So this is like all the stuff that we anticipated would be in Build 42, and then this is all the stuff that was in Build 42. I rank it in this one in like a, from best to worst type of shit. But this one here, I redo that ranking based on actually having played it after it came out. So, yeah, I mean, as you can see, most of my stuff is essays. Most of it's about Zomboid. Let's see. This one's not about Zomboid. This one's not about Zomboid. This one's about Fallout. And then these two are about or Dead by Daylight. So, I mean, what, like maybe 4 of my videos aren't about Zomboid. Let's see if we pull any out of the city down here like this. See, that's wild to me that we're not pulling any zombies with the helicopter. So where are you going to base up at? I'll show you my current base. It's just outside of Ooh. See what happens when I'm not paying full attention? We've ruined the engine of our car. How bad is it, actually? It's showing orange. It's 25%. We totally annihilated that. That's terrible news. That's truly terrible. We had a really good car here with this. Let's get as close to the base as we can before this thing conks out. We're living in this farm just outside of Riverside, which is where we spawned. Mainly because it was literally like just the first safe location we had. It's not the ideal spot. We would like to be living in Echo Creek, but this car has such a small trunk. We're just not sure that would work well. For transporting all of our loot. Alright, I know the chopper is here, but it is time for sleep. That's where I based up at on this playthrough. Oh, really? Mine spawned with a basement, but no Jenny. Had to go find one. Yeah, same. We've got the basement, but no generator. I don't know what... Does anybody else's sleep slow like this? Why is my Project Zomboid sleep so slow? I don't remember it being this slow. Yeah, I know. That doesn't change it, though. Watch. That doesn't change it. No difference. Oh, I heard someone break in. I heard a window bust. I heard a window bust. It was this window. I can't be sure she's not alone. I think she's alone. I hear more bumping over here. All right. The house used to feel dark and lonely, but with Connell and Cobble overhead lights, life is illuminated. I'll see you later, honey. Bye, sweetie. I drove my ass to Rosewood for a Jenny since there's always a guarantee of 2 there. Is there really? I didn't know there was a guaranteed generator in Rosewood. Where? Where's that at? Hold on, we need to finish our summoning circle of knowledge. There we go. Have you ever found a home VHS? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's several. Welcome to the Cook Show, folks! Alright, we did it. We Cook Showed our ass off. Oh yeah, I found the home VHS. There's one that's like Daddy's. I think it's called like Daddy's or something. Let's put all this on the ground. This one too. All right, there's at least one lady over here. There may be more. Does Burlow still do his events, Demure? I never got the chance to be in one of his events. What's up, Nico? We had a helicopter event. Oh! He didn't do events, he just hosted the Aftermath PvP server. I see. Well, I'm certainly bringing them away. Oh yeah, a bunch have been brought into this whole region by the chopper as we slept. Yeah, this is right at my farmhouse. Well, there's good news and there's bad news to this. The good news is we're about to get a bunch of dead zombies. The bad news is we're going to have to make those dead zombies manually. What's up, Windy Bindy? Good to see you again, bud. Let's see if we can't gather some more. There's so many here. What are you fighting to gain? Secure my base. They're at the house, bro. Okay. Right, perfect. Makes sense. How about over here, boys? Okay. Makes perfect sense. Because we're worn out, we're in pain. I don't mind the fence lunge. I've died to it many times, but I just view it as part of the game. Yeah, there's no part of the default game that I personally like to turn off. I just kind of, you know, deal with the jank, I guess. For a time, the only thing I would change, really, I would turn off respawn, and I would also double the bulb lifespan of a light. Because it felt like I was always replacing light bulbs around the house. Would you trust zombie compost? No, I don't think you would. I don't think you would trust zombie compost. You know? Like, I could kind of see feeding them to the chickens and the pigs. But... both of you are dead. Oh. Here we go. I like that your username is Rimalima Ding Dong. Rimalima Ding Dong, thank you for the follow. That's a great username, honestly. Look, there's still some walking up to the back of my house. They do spawn maggots. That's true. It is worth it to have some zombies around for maggot spawning, especially if you're going to be fishing. I think the fence one-tap mechanic falls under that umbrella whether you have the lunge on or not. Yeah, where you one-tap them with the fence. But it's not guaranteed that you one-tap them with the fence. Like, look, I've got a couple moodles and I'm not one-tapping them with the fence. You know? That scared the shit out of me. Holy cow, that laugh track scared the bejesus out of me. Jesus. That startled me, man, on another level. Bruh. 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 Good to see you and welcome back, Apex. You sent me a funny DM, huh? What did you send me in the DMs, bud? What did you send me in the DMs? Let's see. Oh, it's a video. You sent me a video.
What the heck? Lodi, is that you under there?
How did you know my...
What is this?
If you are the real Iron Man, tell me something that only you would know.
You've been dating Squirrel Girl on the down low.
Squirrel Girl, dude.
My nigga.
Jesus, Squirrel Girl of all people? She's a furry. For Christ's sake. That's a sprinter, I think. Nope. None of y'all are sprinters, huh? Oh, wow, there's quite a few of you in here. There's quite a few of you around here. Well, my scarecrows didn't work. Whoop, that almost ended in a death. Okay. Okay. My mistake. So many moodles. Hello, please stay down. I'm standing on top of you, sir. Obey the rules, thank you. All right. Whew! Since you're reading DMs, check out the new 9mm carbine I just got after waiting a month. Ordering a bunch of parts now to pimp it out. Let's see this. Oh, nice, dude. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's a cool looking gun. Oh, and it folds. Hey, I remember you telling me about this. I remember you telling me that you had just ordered this. Alright, well, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is we're rested. The bad news is I don't know how long this is going to last the minute we get out there. We're just eating everything that could be eaten in a moment's notice type scenario here. That's about it in terms of stuff that doesn't need to be cooked. Get tinfoil. Make a hat, says Killer. Get tinfoil. Make a hat. I don't think I have any tinfoil, Mr. Tinfoil Hat Man. Good to see you, though. Good to have you here and amongst us. Let's put these on the ground. Eat our fresh yogurt. Get tinfoil. Make a hat. I love your passion. I love your passion for the tinfoil hat, bro. Rip, good luck. Yeah, dude, if you don't have a tinfoil hat, how are you even playing this game? Good point. You're all dead. You're all a bunch of dead zomboids. Yo, good luck to you, Killer 402. I hope you have a great time in your zombie apocalypse. I'm having a blast in mine. Drink from bleach bottles, they hold more water. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They hold 2 liters versus my 900-liter water bottle that I currently have. That's a very good You're very knowledgeable in the game. You're very knowledgeable. How long have you been playing? Have you been playing a long time? I've been playing a long time. It's good to see you. A fellow enthusiast. We're just going to use our feet to save our arms. Because we have so much muscle strain in our arms, it's unbelievable. Back when they had 4 separate maps. It used to be separated maps. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Good night, Big Papa. See you later, buddy. Good luck on your business, my man. Good night, killer. Good night, killer. You crazy man, you. Alright, this arm thing is just not working. But now our thighs are even messed up. There's someone in that house. 2 people in that house. At least. Nice. That's how you know it's a good kill. Me? Crazy? I was crazy once. Then they put me in a room and gave me a Coke and told me I had to go do big boy things like get a job. Ah! Hell yeah, dude. Did you get one that you liked? Or are you trapped in the rat race? Not all ways of making income are equal. Some of them feel not good. Yeah, get your cheddar, dude. I'm not exactly cheddar man. You wouldn't call me PoorDeadMan if I was cheddar man, brother. Okay. I would love some more cheddar. Killer, I wish I could get a real job. This is all I know how to do. Help. Help, killer, help. Help, killer. Oh, God, killer, help. The wise and powerful killer. Yeah. I live abroad, killer. I moved away from the United States 5 years ago, and I live abroad now in Southeast Asia. But I appreciate the offer for a Walmart job. We don't have Walmart here in Southeast Asia. Yeah, believe it or not, I left that type of stuff behind when I chose to become an entertainer almost 10 years ago, killer. I started on Twitch and YouTube. Almost 10 years ago. I just celebrated the end of my 9th year of content creation in May. And so now we're going towards our 10th year. It's certainly not always easy, but it is my passion. And I'm not going to give up on myself and my dream. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. All right, well, there's still plenty of undead outside. There's still lots of undead out here. But we have really made a dent into the amount. It ain't easy sucking hard at PZ. That's probably true. I'm so confused. I hear banging. Okay. Yes, Nico, I've got a 4-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter. And I'm trying my best for them while still following my heart. So I feel good about it. What part of Southeast Asia? The Philippines is where I now live. I moved here 5 years ago. I'm at 2,086 hours. I'm at 2,262. And this is my second account. I have a hidden account as well for personal gaming. And I think I have about 2,000 on there as well. Would it really be a con if you're taking a machine gun in Project Zomboid and you're just lighting up the undead at your place to defend it? It's really a con that you're just firing a machine gun off. Yeah, I mean, you saw what little bit of pistol fire brought here. It brought all these zombies. It really depends on your settings in Zomboid. It really depends on your settings in Zomboid, whether or not firing off a gun is suicide or not. I would say it's not always suicide. It depends on the circumstances. This version of the game also has respawn turned on. So zombies are going to be showing up at your house eventually regardless. Do you have a server that you want to shout out? Yeah, I'm not hosting one myself these days. It just got too expensive. I couldn't afford to keep doing that. But there is a... Let's see here. The Bite Me server, I would recommend. I would recommend the Bite Me server, especially if you're in Southeast Asia, because it's an Australian server, so the ping is not going to be too high for you. The Bite Me server. You got to be part of their Discord, though. I've had a lot of fun on their server. I've met some good people there. All right, well, it's almost time to sleep, but it's not time to sleep. If you're trying to pull dead from an area, guns are great. Yeah, same for loud cars, honking. Killer, do you make content on Zomboid? Here, I'll give you a sub, buddy, because I can tell you got a good sense of humor. It was the helicopter that brought the migration. It's all based on the heat map. Yeah. Well, the helicopter, I think I agree with you. But I also think the gunfire didn't help. I don't think we're doing any more fighting this evening. Yeah, look, just as I come back to the house, we get the tired noodle. I think we read the mechanics book. Yep, so we'll do maintenance next. Just until 7 p.m., which is our bedtime. What leveled? With like carpentry, yep. Very nice. We'll put our maintenance back. Turn this off. So let's see, how many days in were we when that chopper hit? 7? Yeah, so we were at the right day for it. Alright, we sleep again. It still feels like sleep for me is bugged. It still feels like sleep for me is a little bit bugged, guys. I can't be entirely sure. But the sleep is slower than I anticipate, basically. Many hours spent in game. The most fun I've had recently was Unga Bunga-ing. Caveman style with spears and stone hammers. Yeah, the entire aspect of the primitive style of surviving in this game is super fun. I agree with you. That can be a lot of fun. Buddy of mine and I, we have an ongoing challenge, a 0 to hero run that we're doing. And we have had to unga bunga it several times. Let's see here, guys. It worked. Good. All right. 3 a.m. If you say so. Thank you to meet my good friend Tooks Bear. Yeah, that's not a bad strategy at all, Nico. That's a very good strategy for keeping them, you know, moving them around, using the chopper to move them around. I do love the ability to make weapons in B42 other than sharpened sticks and nailed bats. Yeah, it's nice that there's more to the crafting now. It's nice that there's more you can do. There's more variety. You know, we're not just stuck with the same handful of weapons. And with the new systems they've put in, you know, like, that's what makes something like Todmorden possible, right? I can't wait to see more stuff like that. Blueberry soda. Delicious. Create a stir fry from random beans, random vegetable, random citrus, random condiment, random beef, random beans, random condiment, random citrus. Beautiful. We have an actual meal now. Yeah, I like that there's now enough skills that players can specialize now in multiplayer, you know, in a way that makes sense. I really enjoy that. I think that adds a lot to the game. Yeah, plane crash survivors would be more viable. I agree. Have you ever read the book? The Book? It's just called The Book. World War Z? Is that what you're talking about? Which one? The Zombie Survival Guide? Probably the Zombie Survival Guide. That's probably the one you're referencing, huh? No, I haven't read it. It's a solid guide for the game. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I mean, the best way to get good at the game is to play the game. You can watch all the YouTube tips, videos, and tier ranking stuff you want. The best way to get good at this game is to play it. Yo, Kenix with the raid, baby! Kenix, that was kind of you, dude. Thank you very much. Guys, check out Dave the Diver. Kenix was playing Dave the Diver. Check him out. That's awesome. How was it, by the way? I've never played Dave the Diver. I know Poison was really into that for a while, and I think I watched her play some of it. How is Dave the Diver? What's the objective? Is it a story game? I'm gonna be honest, Dave the Diver doesn't. You don't strike me as a Dave the Diver, Kenix. That's not Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What is Dave the Diver? The book is a book full of info on how to rebuild civilization. This sounds like the plot of the Book of Eli. That's a crazy movie because, well, I don't want to spoil it, but something happens in that film which does not fit the reality that the film itself creates. It's a crazy film. Yeah, you kind of have to just play it to get it, you know? Dave is a diver. He dives in the morning and he runs a restaurant at night. Sounds like my friend Tonino. He dives in the morning and runs his Italian restaurant at night. Meet Dave. Ba ba bum ba ba. Dun dun dun. Ba bum bum ba ba. Meet Dave. Ba bum bum ba ba. Yeah, that's the book you need to bring back to the Middle Ages with you. When you go teleporting through time. There's so many dead guys around here. Best advice for a noob is get really good at fence combat. This is not a game you can just look up tiers. You gotta put in hours. Yeah, you gotta put in hours to get good at this game, absolutely. Dave is here. Please try to survive harder. Welcome, David. Mr. Cohen. Good to see you here and amongst us. Are you running your restaurant or are you diving right now? Which is it? Ah! Don't tell me that. He scratched my hand. I literally fat fingered the speed up button. Well, that's a 5% chance right there. I'm just smoking weed before bed. Damn, dude. Wish that was all of us. I think go back to TCSM to see that game is still live with players or not. Yeah, is it still live with players is the question indeed. Will it just be you and me? There was an entire little subculture around that game for a while. It's got to be my legs that are hurting, huh? No. It's this bandaged hand. Fun fact. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, fences are crucial. You gotta learn how to work the fences, guys. It's very true what's been said. You gotta learn how to work the fences. And frankly, there's more critical skills in this. You know, I cover some of this stuff on my YouTube channel when I talk about the philosophy of the game. What's crazy is that for so long, you couldn't study like the health effects of some of these things. Have you covered PvP at all in those vids? No, I haven't made any strictly PvP videos. The only one that I made that's strictly PvP, and it's not even strictly, is this one here, build 42.19 update, which I said is secretly the PvP patch, because it fixed a lot of player desync, which I think was really spoiling the PvP in 42. That's the only one that I've made that's strictly about PvP. Yeah, best tip would be always an ISO. Yeah, I mean, I do have the, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Assets. Here we go, yeah. So I do have the Watcher's survival guide. Oh god, it's so bright. Hold on, let me correct that. How do I change this to dark mode? How do we change it to dark mode? Why is it already not on dark mode? That's crazy that it's not already on dark mode. Well, it doesn't want to cooperate, and I don't know how to get it into dark mode, so you're just going to have to put up with it. Okay. This is the Watcher Survival Guide. As I'm sure you know this guide well, Demure. If I was going to make a PvP video, I would draw most of my advice from this guide. It was made by _Mira. She's pretty cool. It talks about everything, man. The best locations to find food in the PvP setting, water. You know, it gives you a full understanding of the game. It gives you full understanding of the game and the PvP basics, the PvP knowledge that you need in order to win. It's really a great guide. It's an incredible guide on PvP. It's great. So that's what I would draw my knowledge from if I was going to make a PvP guide video on YouTube. Okay. Okay. I believe it. I believe it. I have no doubt you're an expert. And now that you and I are so well acquainted, I would also draw on your knowledge to make a PvP video. Okay. Again. Did that actually hurt me? No, it's just my hand. TCSM has 5.2k viewers, but there's only a few streamers still playing it. I don't know what the audience is like for that game anymore. What does the Steam stats say for how popular the game is right now? Oh my god. You knocked my hat off. You knocked everything off of me, bro. Well, we're about to be switching to B42 permanently, David, because in the next 30 to 90 days, I think we're looking at the full release of 42. So we're very close to it now, buddy. We're very close. My nightstick broke in that fight. Bummer. It's gonna be really good, man. We're gonna have to get a server going again. I think I want to get a server set up with some PvP zones. So it's like if you're in these areas, you're free to PvP. Outside of those areas, you know, you're playing PvE. Because I think we have people in my community who enjoy both. That's probably one of the best things they ever did for RuneScape, right? Was if you're in the main zone, you're not really worried about somebody ganking you. But if you go to the wilderness, that story changes quick. Oh, I've played Space Station 13, a ton of Space Station 13. Oh my god, dude, I've played so much Space Station 13. My favorite role is Clown or AI. Clown or AI are my favorite roles in Space Station 13. If I can't get Clown and I can't get AI, then I will usually go for engineering. I used to play on Goon Station. I used to play on Goon Station. It was a good station, man. It was a good station. They had like a karma system where the more you played and didn't get stupid, the more likely you were to get your first pick on rolls. Which is nice. Yeah, Space Station 13, man, one of the best games of all time. Dog, you still play OSRS? No, I don't. I don't. It's been many, many, many years. It's been many a year, many a year, many a year since that time. 20 million dragons to the man who will play with me. 20 million. Ever get to drive the clown car? Okay, my favorite memory of the clown car in Space Station 13 was I convinced a group of my friends to play Space Station 13 with me. These were like people that I knew from different role-playing communities and stuff. And so we hosted our own, and there was about 30 of us. And everybody was brand new, right? Just SS13. Well, I chose the clown. And almost right away, one of the nanotracing spies revealed themselves to the group. And, you know, the security team was like chasing them around the station, trying to capture them or whatever. And as part of this, they hit him and they knocked this thing out of his hand while they were, but they were still chasing him. Well, I had been following the chase, and what they knocked out of his hand was his PDA, and his PDA had the invisibility cloak add-on. So I took his PDA with the invisibility cloak add-on, and I went to the quartermaster and ordered a clown car and got it, and then proceeded to go invisible, driving the clown car around the station, hitting the horn everywhere I went, totally invisible. They were interrogating the nanotracing guy in the brig, and I was also in the room, invisible, while they were interviewing the dude. And I was just going crazy, bro, with that horn. And they were like, where is that coming from? They were all new to the game as well. So none of them, like, you know, knew how to get me out of that invisibility, you know? Because you can't target someone that's invisible like that in the standard way. Oh, man, it was so funny. It was so funny, guys. So to answer your question, yes, I have played Space Station 13. Yes, I have played as the clown. And yes, I have played with the clown car. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I think we should maybe start a server for B42, and we should do something like maybe I'll just play there every day for at least a month. You know? I think the only mod we'll do is sleep with friends so that time won't progress. We'll just turn all time warping off. So basically the server time will never progress quickly, even if people are sleeping. I think I may have finally gotten rid of all of these guys. Monkey Station is really popular with streams. Yeah, the Goon guys got upset with me because they wanted me to stream it. They said I was allowed to stream it, but I had to have a 30-minute delay. I was like, a 30-minute delay? I was like, how am I going to interact with my chat with a 30-minute delay, bro? You have to understand, I'm like very interactive with my chat. The only time I'm not interactive with chat, I think, is like if I'm in a collab. Because then it's hard to talk to both the chat and the collab partner. Yeah, it'll be good to play some B42 together, man. Weren't you playing with that one group, Mikey? Warren's guys? How's that going? Been taking a break? Any reason in particular? Did they end their season or something? I saw that they call it like seasons of their server, but I don't really know what the seasons means. Is there an actual story? Nope, just got drained. I got you. I don't really know Warren very well. He seems like a cool guy, though. Some of the people over there I haven't talked to in some time. We were talking pretty regularly, but I haven't talked, like Alien Dino. He used to come around all the time. I don't know what happened to him. But it seems like a cool crowd for sure. Just a commercial. Yeah, I think I want to do like a Zomboid server where we allow you to form factions, but the limit is maybe 2 to a base or 2 to a faction. Or maybe we do trios. So you could meet people in groups of 1, 2, or 3. What would be good about that is, because what always ends up happening is we all end up in one big base, you know? We all end up in one big base. Alright, let's see here. Maintenance. Device options, turn it on. Didn't really do too much for us. Let's place this right here. Yeah, I've never played Monkey Station. I mean, and it's been years since I've played. It's been at least 5 years since I've played SS13. But I really love that game. Although I mean, you think Zomboid is jank. Holy cow, dude. Well, first off, that game is made in, like, not even a real engine. The engine that it's made in, the Beyond game engine, is not even a real engine. But I think they're rebuilding Space Station 13. But I don't know how like popular it is. I don't know if there's even people that play it. I don't even know if it's full. Any good recommendations for multiplayer servers? If you want to play on a good multiplayer server that I like, it's the Bite Me server. Bite Me. Bite Me. That's the one I would recommend. If you're going to enforce a 3-man limit, it's tough to enforce because people just make sister factions and base close by. Yeah, which I think I would allow that. I would allow that. I don't mind people like teams allying with each other. You know, they're welcome to do that still. As groups, they're still welcome to choose like who they want to encounter violently and not. I don't mind that. It doesn't offend me. Really, I want there to be as few rules as possible. You know, I think it's best with games, especially in a multiplayer environment, where it's like what you see is what you get. So it's like if the game allows it pretty much, and you're not exploiting. Space Station 14 is way more popular and is very active. I haven't done that at all. I haven't done Space Station 14 at all. Space Station 14. Oh, wow. I have it on my wish list. Coming soon to early access. You've been invited to play. Oh, it's actually ready to go. You could actually play it today. Wow. And it's updated with new graphics, too. Look at that. Where you can see the light blasting through the core that's on fire. That's cool. That's cool. Yo, Culvira, welcome to the Cult of the Dead, buddy. It's early access, and it's just in a play test right now, huh? I think I'm in their Discord too. Are there friendly communities? Yeah, I don't want to search for it because it will take me a while, but I'm pretty sure I'm in their Discord also. Also, you can now turn your camera. Oh, wow, they really have updated it. Yeah, going from that Beyond engine, man, that engine was the not great. But I mean, it got us through the first phase, you know? All right, very good. The mechanics book needs to be back properly in order to create the knowledge circle to contain the brain demon. All right. Do we have anything in here for eating? Yes, we do. We're good. The legend continues. The legend continues. Man, Space Station 13, that game, a ton of fun. A ton of fun. All right. Now we need a new car more than ever. Because we red engined this one. Remember, guys? By the way, hold on. I just want to look at something. Because I'm pretty sure we're doing a giveaway on... Yeah. The giveaway ends on Thursday, so that's tomorrow. So I'm giving away, by the way, multiple copies of this game right here, King of the Castle. If you enjoy stream interaction games, I'll be playing this game later this week. I'm the king, you're my noble courtesans, and you help me rule the realm, and you try to replace me with someone from your faction. I'm giving away copies of this game. I'm actually giving away 8 copies of this game. Only 11 of you have entered the giveaway. Only 11 of you have entered the giveaway, and I'm giving away 8 copies of this game. So I highly recommend you go to my Discord and go to the announcements section. You'll have to scroll up just a little bit, and you'll see King of the Castle Steam key. All you have to do is click this button to react and enter your name in for a chance to win. Okay? The giveaway ends tomorrow, so I hope that you do participate. It's free. There's nothing. You don't have to pay anything. It's open to everyone. All you have to do is be a member of our Discord, and that's where I usually give out any games or extras that I have, merch, stuff like that. Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of people that weren't all there before. Let's see how bad it is this direction still. I feel like you know it's going to be bad over here. This is the auto shop. We might find something good here. My demure impersonation. Oh yeah, with the I can't. Yeah, I'll have to show them. I'll have to show them when I'm on camera. That's the best way to show them, buddy. March Ridge map, very nice. They're migrating, but they might not necessarily see me. It's locked up tight. Since you have respawning zombies, you have unlimited scrap electronics. Yep. Yeah, the respawn comes from the version of the game we're playing. I have to go wide on this corner because I don't know what's around this. Locked up tight. Dude, is this whole place going to be locked up? It is. This whole place is locked up, and the only way in are the doors. There's no windows on this joint. Which means unless we find a way in, unless we find a key, we're going to have to bust in, which is going to take a lot of effort. Let's see here. We should be right across the street. Yeah, I see people are still migrating. Let's see how bad the migration was over here. Holy shit. All right, so in theory, I could bring them up into the trailer park and through, right? Clawhammer disassemble, or do you need high carpentry for that? Uh-oh. We need to keep some speed on us. This car cannot be trusted anymore. We're going to try and pull them all the way out into this field. So that's the last place where we made noise. Let's hope it pulls them all that way. Alright, well, we've pulled them past the gas station. I've never played Satisfactory. How is it? It seems like it has a really big cult following. There's a bunch back here, too. Bunch over here. That's really a mess over there. This place is such a mess. What's up, Biaguera Movies? Welcome to the show. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, let him bust into that for us. Let's try this. Just gonna keep trying to pull groups away from those central buildings down here. Factorio. I do like resource management games and building games. I guess Factorio and Satisfactory are on my radar, but I haven't even come close to playing them. Well, we've pulled a bunch of them off. We know that there's really nothing left for us in this building, at least in the short term that we need. Damn, if only we could find a car. A better car. Whose engine isn't rickety. You know? We could probably go into town and find such things. I'm just worried about what that outcome would look like. But maybe people have been moved around substantially enough as a result of the helicopter. Let's see. Yeah, I really like those games. I remember when I played Minecraft, one of my favorite Minecraft mods was a mod that added a bunch of stuff like that, Factorio, Satisfactory, like where you could build like assembly lines and We're just gonna try and pull as many out of town as we can. Oh, we're not supposed to be hitting so many. That's the Gigamart. Beautiful. Well, yeah, we'll let it all come on out. That neighborhood is going to be chock full. This is also that same neighborhood. There is technically a way through here, if I recall. But it's I don't know if we can get a car through there. Ah, I see, I see. I see, David. Well, hey, I like the sound of that. Animal Care 2. Why not? Box of nails, another leaf rake. That's another main weapon. Twine, always take it. Heavy duty flashlight, our first one. Nice. What's this up here? Pack of beer cans. I wish you could drive cars through windows in this game. Yeah, like see the window shatter and you just keep going through. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Oh, this place looks opened and abandoned. This place looks opened and abandoned. Wanton abandonment. I'd love to be able to drive straight through a window, man. Smash and grab the Gigamart. Exactly. I could still see some things keeping a car out, though. Like trying to drive through the gated things at the mall. I don't think that's meant in real life to stop a car, but I think it probably could. Or at least wouldn't bust. You know, the window would be busted, but you wouldn't be getting through it. More nails. Leaf rake and a rake. Rake leaf and a leaf rake. Worn leaf and a leaf worn rake. Another welding torch. I am a welder after all. That's our first bolt cutters. This house was actually huge for us, at least in terms of weaponry. Hatchet. Jeez, that's a good find. More twine. Thank you. I can't believe we lucked out. Lots of different jeans. One of the top car mod guys, I think the SVH SARS library guy, is now part of the Indie Stone team, working on a full car overhaul. I thought that was Filibuster Rhymes. I thought that was Filibuster. I thought that was Filibuster Rhymes who got hired by them. Filibuster Rhymes used cars. Hey dudes. Update coming. This won't be updated. Blah, blah, blah. Hey dudes, I'm working for the Indie Stone now, so I don't need donations. I'm also probably not going to have much or any time to work on this. I appreciate all y'all that helped me out. You guys got me a few more months to be able to get this done. Wow, dude. He's incredible. He's incredible. Yeah, I can't wait to see what Filibuster comes up with, man. I've always said that his mod was my favorite car mod. I know that others in this group, in this chat, have other favorites. Ooh, water, drink water. I have water right here. Apex says, were you about to say what you always say when you end your stream, dead man? You know how you said, all right, meatbags, I'm dead tired. I'm going to stop for a bit and dig up some old friends. Finish your homework, get into bed by 9, and tell your mothers I said hello. Yes, Apex, that is my outro. And no, Apex, I'm not going to say it at the moment in a real sense because it's not time. I told you my shows are back to the 8-hour show, the 7 to 8 hour shows. We're almost at hour 7. We still have some time together, guys. I hope you don't mind me having some time together with you. We have more time together. We have more time together. I hate when I come into a house and all the doors are open. You got me paranoid schizophrenic here. Okay? Fear and trembling. Photograph of a couple wearing matching outfits. Jesus, that's... Don't tell Frosty I found that. What do you guys think will be the few surprises coming in the stable release? I'm pretty certain one of them will be the realistic fire spread. A few surprises. Yeah, if it's a true surprise, as in some stuff that, you know, I have no idea. Yeah, then I have no idea. But there are some things, and I think I listed them at the end of my tier list prophecy video here. Don't watch the ad. Don't watch the ad. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look at the ad. Okay? Let me see. Maybe I mention it in the comments. No, I think it's at the end of this video, or the things that they haven't yet addressed. Let me get to this. Hold on. Here we go. All right, so this is a good video. Yeah, so the Discord server operator stuff, I think is one of them. The many years later challenge map, I think, is one of the surprises. So Discord admin stuff, many years later. I talk about it here quite a bit. So at least those two things. Because there's a couple things that don't get that haven't gotten any attention. Okay. Now, what would I like to see? I would like to see grapple tech, where not only can I grab a zombie and pull him around, but me and a friend can lift up this bench together. Me and a friend can lift up this table together to move it somewhere better. Me and a friend can grab that body and carry it together. I would love if grapple tech would allow me to pick up a friend and firemen carry them or piggyback them so that I could run them away from danger. There's certain circumstances in multiplayer where your buddy is injured and maybe he's hurt his foot, and it would be nice to be able to grab him on your back and, you know, hustle over to the car before it wears you out. You know, he gets in the car and then you guys can drive away. Or moving furniture would be very useful. I don't think archery would imbalance the game. Just make headshots, you know, difficult. Either require a high level of archery or, you know. I don't think archery makes the game any more unbalanced than firearms do, frankly. That sounds like a pretty tall order, to be honest, but also cool as fuck. Yeah, David, I really would like to see grapple tech extend to more things. Let me grapple other stuff. I also wouldn't mind if there was a grapple mini game for undead. Like when they grab me from behind, instead of automatically getting a bite, maybe I have to smash a button a bunch of times to quick time event them off of me. Instead of my, you know, sometimes your guy will auto throw them off. I wouldn't mind some sort of like quick time event that gives me more control over a surprise attack. I wouldn't mind if zombies could grapple me without necessarily automatically landing a bite, you know? To me, those things would be cool. Archery, I think, would be a great addition to the game. You'd have plenty of people who want to live out their Daryl Dixon fantasies. I could see playing an archer myself. But as anyone who's ever, like, hunted with a bow will tell you, it's not easy. You know? What's up, Born to be Wild? Good to see you. Long time no see, dude. Welcome back to the show. How have you been, man? What you been gaming? What you been up to, man? What's up, Monkey Kong? What a great username. School's kicking your butt in summer session. Are you a teacher or a student? I actually once caught Indie Stone Dev on Harvest stream and asked him about horses because he said he's the joint animations guy, and he said they're in the pipeline. Yeah, there's a mod for horses now, so I'm sure they'll... If I was them, I would just like take the best parts of that mod or any mod incorporate it into the game as is, and then rebuild what you can in the engine to accommodate it. You know what I mean? So that it's even better than a mod maker could ever do. Because the thing about modding this game is the Java is locked off, which basically means that, you know, a mod maker might be very talented, but he's still restricted on the fact that he can only really mod the Lua of the game. There is a way to mod the Java, but my understanding is essentially you have to do kind of like an SQL injection with the Java in order to mod it, which is why some mods will be like, hey, you can use this mod, but you're going to have to download this exe file. Well, that is not ideal, you know? But they have to do that because they need to have something that it basically breaks into the Java. That's my understanding of this. Who is that? Bachelor's in nursing and associates in psychology. Hell yeah, man. I went for medieval European history, ancient Near East history, and IT. And then I didn't use it at all. Instead, I did a bunch of sales. Technology sales. Is this full? Oh, it is full. Okay, so be it. That's all you had to say. Reading glasses, nice find. WBLN News. Very nice. Dog Goblin 3. I'll never forget watching that as a group in DDH Season 1. There's a dead guy out here. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's got to be ways to balance having bows and arrows. If they're not going to make noise, there needs to be some other sort of balance. I still think they should make noise, by the way. Obviously, a bow is silent in and of itself, or more silent than a gun. But like shooting someone with a bow, they still make noise. You still hear like the squelch. You still hear the puncture. You still hear the gasp. You know? Yeah, anthropology is a tough one. They didn't have an anthropology major where I was, so I literally had to go to the teacher who taught the anthropology courses and get her to sign off to agree that I was going to be like a test case or whatever for that. It was a lot of effort, but she didn't end up liking me. One thing I've noticed with a lot of anthropology people, you know, they, in terms of like professionals. Wow, pigs right here. That's crazy. That's crazy. There's this guy. Yo, what's up, militia? Maybe January. We were gonna do a season sooner than that, but it didn't really work out. We had some scheduling things happening with other people. It didn't really work out. So we ended up pushing it to January. And then the thing that we adjusted it for also didn't work out. So, oh well. Sometimes these things happen. Damn, that's a long time. Hopefully I'm alive. Yeah, dude, exactly. Exactly. That's how I felt about it, man. I wasn't exactly keen to push it to January. I wanted it right away. But I was roundly outvoted by the bulk, if you will. I've just found that a lot of anthropology pros are they're so obsessed with having respect for these, you know, I'm going to use the word more primitive cultures, that they kind of get like a Rudyard Kipling white man's burden aspect to them. You know, it's kind of like how sometimes people mystify these primitive cultures. It's not just, it's one thing to say like, hey, they're primitive and their way of life is different from ours and it deserves respect. Let's study it and understand it. I agree with that. But to I don't know, they kind of like elevate it a little bit too much in my view. They kind of act like modern society is, I don't know, it's hard to explain my thoughts on this. They're not very receptive to outside thoughts that don't fit the current vibe of their field, right? So like if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily agree with all of the current beliefs in that study, they'll kind of get pissy with you. You know? Flint Dibble is a good example of this. What is going on where this is not? Okay, this doesn't want to properly attach, or what? Yeah, I don't know if I can actually pull this. See, it acts like it's on, but then when I move, look, it stops every once in a while. You'll see the trailer jerk. See? See? It's as if this car is too low to the ground for this trailer. Yeah, I agree. Mikey said it just as I was saying it. Rosu called. He wants to return to Noble Savage. Yeah, a lot of them are like that. Have you guys ever seen this Flint Dibble guy? He's one of those. Where he kind of has like his views on what anthropology and archaeology are. And if you kind of like conflict with his interpretation of it, you know? And he comes, like, his dad was an anthropologist, so he comes from this long line of people who, you know, shaped that not industry, but like that field of study. Yeah, I think the people in the past, mostly what differs between us and them is technology, right? And admittedly, we have learned some like better ways of doing certain things, you know? Like, we still have to control some people through violence, but for the most part, we can control people today through like debt, money, and energy manipulation. You know, there's better ways that the rulers have learned to control the masses. Basically, it used to just be like violence, essentially, and violence is still like a great tool for controlling people. It's just that we've learned better tools. Is this still on? No. I don't know why it sounded like it was on to me, but I'm deaf, so it's hard to understand what I'm hearing. Militia says he's gonna start his own DDH. Hell yeah, dude, do it. I thought we were gonna do some GTA RP, man. I'm still trying to find out what server you on. He's been doing all this GTRP. I said, hey man, let me come do some GTRP with you. He's like, nah, man, this server's dying. Like, what the fuck? Bro! Let me in! Let me come play with you. Yo, I'm gonna be the one cracker over there, though. That's the thing. And you know it. And you know it, man. It costs $50 to get in. It's like 3-4. Yeah. Oh wow, you actually have to pay to get in, huh? To the server. It's a one-time thing or what? What's the deal there? I ain't never heard of having to pay to get into a server. That's crazy, bro. Fuck, man, $50. That's a small fortune to me right now, bro. Nothing is new under the sun. Yeah, I mean, there's some new stuff, but I think for the most part, we repeat ourselves a lot, you know? Well, that's what famous people have been doing on 5M. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. So you jump in on the server. So a content creator makes the server, and they charge a fee to play with them. Is that what I'm hearing? Am I understanding right now? Oh, okay. So who's the content creator who got that server big? Who's in charge of that one over there? Funny Mike. Well, let me look up Funny Mike. Funny Mike, dude. Oh wow, yeah, he's a big content creator, huh? Yeah. So you know him through the server, or did you know him ahead of time? Oh no. Always been a fan. Yeah. But I mean, can you DM him like you DM me? You get where I'm going with this or what? Okay, cool, dude. Cool. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. I haven't heard of him before. Which is odd to me. But that's cool, man. All right, let's put all this crap except this mayonnaise on the ground. Well, the big news is, Militia, in terms of DVD, Jesus. In terms of Project Zomboid, the big news is that the Build 42, which is that thing they've been working on for the last 2 years that's in beta, it's about to be brought out of beta and into the public sphere of playing. Divine timing is good shit, man. I had something similar to that when I got started with 72 Hours, Militia. Have you met him before or know about him? 72 Hours. He plays a lot. He used to play a lot of DBD. Now he does a lot of FPS. Yeah, same kind of thing though. Same kind of vibe. Same kind of vibe. Yeah. I see what you guys are saying on the YouTube chat too. We're still talking about my comment about the way that we've changed over time throughout history. Yeah, I mean, I give us credit. I think we've grown and evolved as a species and as a civilization. But I do think that we have a lot of similarities with our ancestors. I don't think they're as mysterious as we would hope. Yeah, we'll start a B42 stable server for sure. Militia, last time I was watching you, man, what happened with you in that your character has like a new girlfriend, man? It was so funny, dude. You were running around with her and you got on this phone call with this other girl who works for you and she was giving you lip, dude, and like y'all's interaction, bro, had me cracking up, man. Had me cracking up. Like, I could not believe how funny that shit was. Y'all had me cracking up with that shit. She was all, you were like telling her to decorate your house, basically, and she was, or office or something. And she was getting like so pissed off at you. And y'all were both going back and forth, man, just making each other even more pissed. It was really hilarious. It was like perfect, honestly. Yeah, we'll start a B42 server, guys, once it drops. I just got to find the money to do it. We'll find it, don't worry. But there's a will, there's a way. That's what they say. But we'll get it going. We'll get it going, chat. Y'all will be loving it. We just want to make it really rules light, you know? It just needs to be something like almost vanilla, where people can just get on and play, and they don't have to worry about, you know, some admin banning them if they PvP somebody or whatever. We just don't want everybody basing up in one spot. We want everybody to kind of go do their own thing and have opportunities to conflict with each other. That's ideal in these types of scenarios. Not saying we want to force people to PvP, but we basically don't want to like get upset with them if they do. How do you run servers in regards to chat? Discord or local? We always do local. We turn off all text chat and we make voice chat. Like you don't have to voice chat. You could be silent if you want. But if you are silent, that's your choice. If you want to talk, you gotta talk versus type. I think that's critical. How much is a server? Well, it really just depends on how many people are going to be active when you're hosting it. It also depends on the version of the game and the mods that you have. So, like, the less mods you have and the more stable the game is, the fee goes down pretty substantially for those things. But I was paying, I think, $90 a quarter for the Dead Die Here server, and we were using it 1 day a week. And I was paying $40 a quarter for the other server. We had 2 servers for a long time. But it just, like I said, it just became too expensive for me. Sorry, I'm the poor dead man. I got like a kid, and I'm trying to put him through school and shit. It's just the nature of the beast, guys. I try to reinvest everything I make from the show back into the show to make the show and the community better. But I do have to eat. Trust me, I've been trying to figure out a way where I don't have to eat. I tried Ozempic for a while, but you still got to eat, sadly. That's the bedtime alarm. Yeah, vanilla server. Yeah, I want something vanilla, you know. Like maybe if we're not gonna have vanilla, it really needs to be quality of life. I don't mind if it's not vanilla if we're adding like admin stuff. Like for example, there's a mod that adds a bunch more logs. It's really useful if you're trying to track down somebody hacking or rule breaking. There's an ice cream in the Netherlands that's made with painkillers, says Mikey. Really? Interesting. Why? What's the deal with that? You got Cash App. No, I don't have Cash App. I have if you're interested in donating, you can use Twitch Bits or YouTube Super Chats. And there's also a, let's see if I can find it. If you want your donation visible on the screen, Twitch Bits will show it, or you can use this link if you're interested. No obligation, guys. Always take care of yourself. Got a lot of good stuff right here. Got a lot of good stuff. Well, it's time for bed. It's time for Betty Bye. It's time for sleep. It's time for some rest. Yeah, I would like to get in some more roleplay with you, Militia. We gotta find a way, dude. Bedtime, says Toxicity. Precisely. Bedtime. I like my character to go to bed usually around 7 and then have him wake up around 5:30 a.m. or earlier. But naturally he'll usually wake up around 3 or 4. Which is just fine by me. Just fine by me. Yeah, I've never charged like any fees or whatever to play on my servers. I can understand why you would do that if you were a big enough creator, I guess. You know, you've got so many people interested. Damn, money bags over here. Appreciate that, Militia. All right, we're awake. We're awake. Yeah, good luck to you, man. I don't know what it's like for you. I mean, I've been content creating full time, I think, for 8 years. Overall, 10 now. I'm in my end of my 9th year, or the start of my 9th year, and I think you got kids too. Yeah, as you know, it's not easy if this is your full time thing. I need to get better at courting the sponsors. For a while, I was starting to get good at it with what was that? Stream Elements. You could get the sponsorships through there, but they went belly up. They actually still owe me for my last sponsorship. That's how sad that is. Hold on, there's some glasses over here on the ground. They gotta be. They gotta be. Oh, I've lost my glasses somehow. Maybe they're in the car. Ooh, did I leave a bunch of stuff in the trunk? Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, man. I've been trying for years. I think Twitch is just picky. But it's all right. All things come to good things come to those who wait. My pops used to say that. My pops used to say, "All good things come to those who wait." Sometimes you just got to be patient. Let's see here if it'll even show for me. Let's see. Achievements. Let me look for achievements. Viewer rewards. That's not it. Community. Nope. Achievements. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see here. Path to partner. 6 streams on 6 unique days with an average viewership of 75. It says I'm currently averaging 94.5. But I've got 2 out of 6 on that. And then it says 6 streams on 6 unique days with an average of 75. And this is in the last 31 to 60 days. In the last 31 to 60 days, I averaged 84. And it says I'm 2 out of 6. So on both part 1 and part 2 of Path to Partner, I'm 2 out of 6. So yeah. So my stuff, I think, things have with the community have really been improving, but I think it just depends on, like, if you look at the last 180 days, my average is 42. The last 90, it's 62. The last 30, it's 67. The last 14, it's 71. The last 7, it's 76. Because this has been, the last 3 is 90. Because what happened is I just returned to doing 8-hour shows also, instead of 4-hour shows. And so that's like really been good for the community lately. You know? So it really I just got to keep up the hard work, man, which is okay. I don't mind that. Nothing is owed to me, man. Nothing is owed to me. Here's the problem. Every time I forget to be humble and I start thinking with my ambition too much instead of my humility, God finds a way to humble me, bro. I mean, right away, too. Like, right away. You know? And Twitch partner would be nice, but how do I want to explain this? It's been something that has been hanging over my head like the sword of Damocles for so many years now that I'll be straight with you. I don't think I've even like really thought much about it. Like until just now when you told me to check those things, I don't think I've checked that stuff in over a year. Like whether or not I qualified or something. The sword of Damocles is hanging over my head. But that's not to say I don't have ambition. I just don't know that. Like, will you tell me, Militia, because you made partner. Congratulations, by the way. Again, I think I've said it before, but in case I haven't, just to not be rude, congratulations. But I think that there's more to it than, like, did partner like you didn't? I'm assuming that while partner was a great boon to you, it didn't like if I was made a partner tomorrow, I don't know that it would change the like the financials of the show. Basically, I don't know. Maybe it would, and I'm just ignorant. All right, let's favorite all of this. Let's unfavorite this. Let's put this broken glass on the zombie. But yeah, getting back into the full shows, you know, doing at least 7-8 hours of show, I think has really been good. I mean, this is my first week back doing it, and the audience, you guys have been so receptive, and I just love you so much. Okay, I see. Very nice, very nice. Yep. Well, I mean, I can't, Yeah, I can't wait, dude. I'm excited for the possibility of it. But I'm just waiting on it to happen, you know? And still working on my stuff where I can, on improving my performance or my consistency or... Oh no. I just ruined this. That I fast forwarded way too much. That was my only meat. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And don't you get like a partner contact at Twitch, Militia? So if you have a stream issue, you at least have somebody nice to talk to. Nice. See, now that would be nice. Yeah, the recognition among your peers is also nice. You know, being able to look to your peers and say, look at me. I'm sure it also helps if you're trying to negotiate like sponsorship stuff too, to be able to point to that. Come here, man. I got invited to the front page this morning. Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome, man. Honestly, GTA RP is a good niche for you too, because you're very funny in roleplay scenarios, I think. Oops. Did you see me just teleport out of my car? Y'all see that? Y'all did see that, right? Okay. As long as we're all on the same page. Rag Road. Long Branch Road. Where does Long Branch Road go, I wonder? Yeah, dude, congratulations. Congratulations. I would just be able to personally, my ambitions only take me so far as, you know, again, I try to remain humble. Because there's been times when I haven't been, and I get punished right away for it by the universe. It reminds me to stay humble. I would like to just be able to pay my bills, you know, like feed everybody, you know, pay for my son's school, you know, not worry when I have a surprise bill, basically not have to panic and burst into sweats, you know. That's what I would like personally. Oh my God, this was right around the corner. This is a survivor house, guys. Right around the corner from where we're living. Feed me. Yeah, that's what I want, basically. I want to be able to eat. And honestly, I've had plenty of nights where I've just had bread and butter as my dinner. No shit. So really, I'm not too concerned about that. I'm more concerned about, like, I just want the kids to be able to eat, you know? So that I don't have to feel bad when my son asks me, take me to the store, I want to buy a kite or something. And I am literally, oh shit. They're gonna break that. They broke it. They're gonna be busting on that for a while. Yeah, you know what, Militia? I did something similar, man. At the beginning of the year, I asked the universe. I announced to the universe, was like, this is going to be my year. And I made a post about it on Twitter even. I was like, this is my year. This is it. And then on January 1st, my father-in-law died. a bunch of like silly stuff has happened since then, so it's like the universe is like, okay, you wanted to be bold enough to ask. Let's make sure you deserve it, you know? And it's given me challenge after challenge since then. I had so much. I was like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed going into this year. Yo, Militia with the sub, brother. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the one and the only Militia Matic. Guys, Militia and I have been Project Zomboid friends for, hell, probably 7-8 years now. Appreciate you, Militia. Thank you for showing support that way, buddy. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wendy says, it's still your year. These are just challenges that'll make you stronger getting past. I agree, I agree. I agree. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer about it. They've busted out of there finally. We'll be back to this house soon. They finally busted this house open. Dude, this handle of this shovel, goated, bro. Just give me shovel handles. Just craft me a bunch of these. That's all. That's all I want. Breaking news by Jackie J. And he had it in a backpack. Just don't give up. Keep being consistent. It will pay off. It's only a matter of time. Thank you for saying that, dude. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me that you believe in my talent, dude. And my worthiness. I really do appreciate that. You know, sometimes, especially if you... Hold on. Especially if you've been believing in yourself for a long time, but struggling, it can be really nice to hear people you respect and admire say that they believe in you too. Sorry about that. Got a little panicked there for a minute. Ah! 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 Sorry about that. Got a little panicked there for a minute. Don't worry about that. See, you're being a good daddy again, Spanky. You're being a good daddy again. Okay, so if I reveal my face with the shemag. Okay, or I can wear it like that. That's what we want to do, I think. Dude, there's so much in here. There's body armor, helmets. Yeah, you know my girl eats before me, man. She and I were looking at some old photos. Yo, I appreciate that, Nico. Yeah, I mean, I just want to do good by you guys. I want to put on the best show possible, have the most fun possible. You know? There's so much crazy going on in the world. I know it's easy to get lost in all of that, which is why my show, I try to just focus on what I know I do best, which is storytelling and making people laugh, having a good time. You know, not like entertaining is in my bones, guys. It's just something that I've always done my entire life. It's the same reason why I love Dungeons and Dragons, why I love entertaining people in that game. You know? There's just so much to feel when I'm entertaining others. I feel good. You know, I say I'm doing it for you, but secretly I'm doing it because it brings me great joy. And when I can do it and everything works out, it's also wonderful because it feels like, have you ever done something that you enjoyed so much that you're like, this is so good it should be illegal? Like, that's what it feels like when everything is in its proper flow state. Absolutely, Spanky. Absolutely. We've known each other for a long time, man. We've known each other for a long time. I appreciate you saying that, dude. Well, we still have plenty of capability, I would say. So, let's put as much of this in here as we can. Did we put that empty duffel in there too? Yeah, we did. Let's not do that. Let's hold the duffel. Put the duffel in the front right seat with this shoddy. I don't think much is gonna. Oh, okay, they don't hold much. Let's give ourselves a crowbar. And let's go do some fighting, some war.
Hey!
Any of you like to run? The one that's closest to me does. Not bad, not bad. This blood sprite is kind of funny. Let's move over here so that this guy in the purple gets to us first with a little bit of a time gap. Very nice. I appreciate you saying that, Spanky. We go back a long ways, dude. And you know what? You got a lot going on right now, man. You a new father. What a blessing, man. What a blessing. I know parenthood isn't for everybody. You know, and some people, they get thrust into it sooner than they're ready. Although, to be frank with you, like, ready when it comes to parenthood, I think, is a little bit of an illusion. You know, like, no matter how many books you read or how prepared you think you are, I think it still throws you for a loop when it happens. But, you know, there's a lot of movement out there in the universe trying to tell you have kids or don't have kids or whatever, and I get it. Everybody's got their own vibe to it. My personal belief is that there's a little bit of a manipulation going on where they don't want you to have kids, they being like the people with the money and power. They only want enough of the normal people for us to do the service jobs. You know? And so they spend a lot of time like convincing everybody that having children is like dangerous, or, you know, getting you all worried about like the cost of it and everything. And no shit, it does cost money. But it may also be the best thing you've ever spent money on. You know? It's hard to explain until you have a kid. But it's the most worth it expenditure you've ever had. You know? Like, yeah, I guess you could have more meaningless material BS, but that's not going to comfort you when you're, you know, 77 years old sitting with dementia in some nursing home. What's going to comfort you is knowing that you have a family of people who love you so much that they're constantly coming to see you. You know? That all of your knowledge wasn't for nothing, that you passed it on to a son or a daughter or both, that you're sure is going to have a much better life than you ever had. You know? Like, I'm telling you, man, there's something magical about it. But, you know, you can't, you know, it also forces you to grow up. And if you've been delaying that growing up, or if you're too young to have grown up yet, because obviously some people have kids but way before they're ready. They're way too young. Look, we finally got the hat. Old boy was in here earlier today telling me I had to have the hat. I finally got it. I knew you were in there, dude. Bruh, I knew you were in there, bruh. About to try and Helen Keller my ass. I knew what you were up to, man. Hold on one second, guys. What's up, buddy? It's time to play with you upstairs. Is it time? What are we gonna play? Come here. Come here. Tell them.
Let's play upstairs.
What do you want to play upstairs?
A game.
Which game?
The space.
The Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time?
Yeah.
Tell them.
Space time.
The Space Time game. That's what you want to play?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, buddy. This is a good point to stop. Well, meatbag, speaking of the kids, one walks in here and he has a special request for his pops. He wants me to take him upstairs and play Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. Have you played that before? It's a great little like couch co-op game. I think it's on the PC, but we have it on Switch. So that's where we'll be playing it. Anyways, guys, I hope you've been doing well and much love. But meatbags, I think you know what time it is. I'm dead tired. I need to stop for a bit and go dig up some old friends. So finish your homework. Be in by 9. But most importantly, tell your mothers I said hello. Auf Wiedersehen, ihr Lieben. I will see you all again tomorrow, where we will be back and we will be playing Project Zomboid B42 with Stay Frosty Gaming. We will be back in our wonderful, our magnificent, our beautiful Zero to Hero game. All right, meatbags, we're going to raid my buddy Intensity Australia. He's a very funny guy. Let's go check him out, and I will see you guys soon. See you later, Wendy. See you later, Spanky. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, Militia. Thank you for the bats. Squiddy. Much love, guys.